Took a few more steps. Look at this bad boy right here. It's basically in the sand, but as you can see, I should be able to wedge it out. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the jumbo cockle we're looking for.
All three of our mouths are watering. Even the kitties' mouths are watering. They're like, what are you doing? That smells good. So we're gonna add the clams.
Look at this. That doesn't look amazing. I don't know what does. Hey, welcome Catching Dinner. I'm Stephane. This is Memorial Day weekend. Allison and I were able to get away to the beautiful Oregon coast. We've never been here before. Look at this, we just pulled in. This is gorgeous. It's gonna be quite a weekend. It's gonna be the trifecta for seafood. We're gonna be clamming this morning for cockles. We're gonna be spearfishing later and crabbing for Dungeness also. So it's gonna be quite a weekend, but in this episode, we're gonna show you the clamming portion. We're gonna go for cockles. We hear they're delicious. Let's go clamming. Made it to our spot. Look at this. Heaven. The tide's gonna go even lower, so we're getting here a little early. We get front row seat to the ocean receding. Wow, that's a good sign. These are all cockle shells that are broken. Cockles everywhere. That's a cockle shell right here. That's what we're going for right here. This one's empty, obviously. But that's the size right here. Find them. Mr. Heron right there.
Oh, he just caught something, look.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. We're just walking in, looking for a place to set up. Look at this guy. That's a keeper right there. Look at that. That's a beauty right here. Look at that. We've got the heron feasting next to us. Found the first cockle. It's gonna be a great day. This is awesome.
Look what I just found.
That's a nice one right here. That's obviously not a cockle. Look at this beauty. That's a gaper. Somebody broke it and returned it. Obviously, look at that, where it got crushed. Jeez. So we're gonna keep it. That's a keeper one. But yeah, look at that. Very awesome. That goes in Allison's bucket. By law, we have to have each our own buckets. So here we go, Allison. First one. I got my first cockle. We're really targeting cockles, but if we see something like this, obviously we're not gonna let it sit there. The shell got damaged. So I got a rake. We're gonna start looking. Here's a little guy right here. Right here on top. Nothing big though. It's not quite the size we're going for. This is a great spot. Took a few more steps. Look at this bad boy right here. It's basically in the sand, but as you can see, I should be able to wedge it out. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the jumbo cockle we're looking for. This is a beauty. Like, you can see the rings of growth right here. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's spitting on me.
I just spied this one. It was upside down like that, and when I picked it up, the animal was out, and it just sucked itself back in its shell, but this is a nice size.
Oh yeah.
Great one. Man.
Wow.
I can't wait to try them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah,
It just
there you
went
go.
back in its shell again.
Yeah, yeah. They're just kind of hanging out. Well, with the rake, it does help. Yeah, look at that. Nice ones, Allison. So with the rake, I can just pull the weeds.
One, look.
Here's another. You
Man,
got three right here just standing while we're talking.
I'm getting good at this. I'm seeing them everywhere.
That's awesome.
I have an eye for cockles.
We can have 20 per person, so hey, be done before you know it. I was just raking the eelgrass. Look what I found, a little bonus here. I gotta see if he's legal. That's a Dungeness crab, and that's a male, because you can see the apron's very narrow. But let's put the gauge on him. I think he's close, but move very quick. He's gonna end up in our pot. So you gotta go from the outside here to there. He's just short, 1/4 inch, just short. You know, you don't go from spine to spine, you go from the widest part. He's trying to get away, can't blame him, but just short of 5 3/4. So guess we'll live another day.
But
Yeah.
I see a cockle. I just found this right now. So this one is going in the bucket.
All right, hold up. Allison's bucket's filling up real fast. Mine, that's fast. You just put it back in the water and just let him go so nobody steps on him.
Oh, something's spitting. It's got to be one. See, when you see something spitting like that, guess what? Big cockle. If you just move the grass a little bit, then you see spitting. Oh, see, I just moved the grass and there's another one. Wow, if you look around, there's water spitting out everywhere. Look, I think I see one right here. Yep.
I'll show you. Allison's killing it.
I mean, I'm just finding these things left and right. I just noticed if you see water spitting out from the grass, these guys like spit out water like sprinklers. And if you go to where you found the water spitting out, you just kind of go down like this and look, see, there's water spitting right there. And so I know there's just a few ones.
Oh yeah.
See?
Yeah.
But where is it? There's definitely one under this grass somewhere. So I just saw water.
Sometimes they're in the sand, you know. So there it is. Sure enough.
This guy.
She wasn't kidding. She wasn't kidding.
Water.
So we just gotta look at water. It's a lot easier than the rake method.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure there's more. Look.
Jeez, Allison's killing it. 2 seconds. She's got
Cockles.
5. So we're gonna keep looking for those spitters, because that's the way to do it for sure. Even as I'm raking, I can see some of the ground squirting. There we go. We got a squirter right here.
There's one. Got another one.
Yeah, there's one in here because it was just squirting. Check this out right here.
Oh, I dropped it.
Yeah, this is a hot spot for sure. There's one. That's the one. That's the one I was just squirting.
That's a little small,
guy.
though.
Little guy. As I'm raking, I'm seeing all kinds of little fish. And these things disappear fast in the holes of the gapers. That's what they're trying to do. They just disappeared. There's a bunch of holes right here. And see if I can get them out. There we go. Cool little thing. Very, very fast and very slimy. Almost like a little snake, really. That's what they look like. Look at that. Cool little thing. But let's let it go. It's fast. Literally like a little eel. Very neat. That's not what we're looking for. Pretty sure it's alive. Oh yeah, it is alive. And it's short a 1/4 inch. That's another male. Short a 1/4 inch. Lucky guy. I just measured it and I'll show you. Give me 5 3/4 from here to here. Whoop, didn't like that. So here to here, not even. See that little gap? That's how short he is by. So close. So close. You're lucky. It's your lucky day, mister. The raking technique is working good. Look at what I'm doing. I'm just pulling the weeds and there they are, right on top. Doesn't get easier than this, really. Usually you have to dig for clams, but these are right on top underneath the weeds. And that's a beauty right here.
Yeah, and
Real
when
beauty.
you find one, you tend to find more.
Yeah, so but the rake is super easy because I can literally just pull the grass, just expose everything under. And Allison's right, usually if there's one, there's more. Now, this is what we're going for right here. That's a big old cockle. That's a great size, and it's a big one. What's happening is that as the water is receding, because we're getting a minus tide again, we're going in areas that usually people don't go to forage in, and that's what's happening. They're getting bigger and bigger as the tide is receding. So that's pretty awesome. That's a big one. Hopefully we find a few more of these. Those are like trophy size cockle. Beautiful too. So we're gonna keep some of those shells. So let's keep digging, or raking I should say. Just found 3 big mamas. Look at that. Nice ones all together. This is a good spot right here. You can actually see the bumps and the lumps underneath. So if you look, see, there's some here. Holy mother. Woohoo! That's the biggest one so far. Look at that. Just basically laying here. You can see them. I literally just picked this one up. And that's even bigger than the ones I was just showing you. So it just goes to show, you don't have to even use too much of a rake. You can actually see the bumps. So let's keep looking.
Oh, something just spit right around here. Oh, and guess what it is? Well, besides that thing, there's one right there. It's not very big though, and we're finding bigger ones, so I'm gonna let this one stay put. Oh boy, Stephane is good at finding these crabs.
Look at that, that's a beauty. That's a keeper, but guess what? It's a female. Look at the apron.
No.
So, very big, definitely in size. You gotta let it go.
Wrong sex.
Oh, that's a big crab. Oh, baby.
Hopefully, it's a male.
Hopefully. That's definitely a keeper size, but oh, there's two of them. Look at that. They're hugging.
Oh.
Well, that's crazy. You can see that every day.
Hold on, let me.
Ah, there's a cockle next to them. Well, that's a good spot either way. Now, I wonder what's happening here. Little love fest. That's a love fest right here. Sorry to interrupt, but I gotta check your sex here. You're male or female? That's a male. That's a keeper.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a nice claws.
Oh, but this one is in love with him.
Allison,
They're
it's
together.
not Valentine's Day, it's Memorial Day.
They're married.
Well,
We can't.
let's get the
She'll miss
gauge.
him.
Keep an eye on them.
Yeah. She'll miss him though. They were hugging and kissing.
Well, let's see what we got, but it's really close. Oh yeah, that's a keeper all day. Look at that. Keeper. First keeper.
But they're in love.
Allison?
She's gonna be so sad.
You care enough not to eat it? I'm pretty sure. Look at that.
Yeah, I like
small
that.
apron.
But I didn't know that they were in love like that.
Well, me either, but it's still gonna taste just as good though. Look at that beauty. Woohoo! Look at the colors on this Dungeness. First keeper crab. Sorry we interrupted the love fest, but you're coming over for dinner, so it's gonna be awesome. We're looking for cockles, but we're finding all kinds of critters. Let's keep looking. We're just looking for the humps and bumps right here. Here's another one.
A crab?
Yeah.
My goodness, they're all in the sand.
Oh, look at that. Here's another beauty.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a...
Wow, 1, 2, 3.
That's another keeper if it's a male. And it's a female. Look at the apron. Real wide. But hey, sorry. I didn't see the no disturbing sign. There's definitely not a keeper right here. But yeah, all the big lumps are big crabs. Pretty awesome. This one's ours to keep. Let's put it in the bucket. Keep looking, Allison.
Hopefully she finds a new boyfriend.
Look at this cockle. It's pretty hungry. I don't know if it's an accident or they actually eat those little eels, but that's the tail of the little eel that I showed you earlier. And it's stuck in there. So,
Two for one.
Very interesting, and it's good enough that we're gonna keep it. But yeah, pretty cool. Never know what you're gonna see. Just raked up another crab. I just put the gauge on it. Definitely legal. Let's see if it's a male or a female. Suspense, drum roll.
Careful, don't let it.
No. Yeah, that's
Jeez.
a nice one.
You're not scared of anything. I wouldn't put my hands in there.
I mean, see, I just hold his
crab.
claw, his other claw.
Jeez.
Then we do the sex reveal party right here. Oh,
Female.
female. Darn it. Sorry. Go back to bed. Saturday after all. Oh, that was a close one.
Now it looks like a rock. But the eyes are still staring at me.
Look at that. Just a 10 right here. Just this one little spot. Here's another one. Little guy. But it just goes to show, when you find one, you gotta keep looking. because this area is crazy. And I'm just sliding my fingers in the mud. And here's another one. This guy's getting lively.
Oh, careful.
Man, he's got his second wind, I tell you. Look at this poor little guy. Still trying to wiggle itself out. I feel a little bad right now because as I'm holding it, it's clamping harder onto its head. So I'm gonna put it down. But hey, that's a good sized one, so we're keeping it. Hopefully it opens up. Now look at this guy. That's one of the biggest one we found. It's a little bit open right now. That's a beauty right here. We found a bunch of these. We got our limit really pretty easily. And look at that. We got this nice Dungeness to boot on top of this limit. Couldn't be happier. So more adventures await. The tide is coming back in. Great time to go spearfishing. That'll be a different video. We'll be crabbing later onto this adventure. But it's pretty awesome. We're loving it. But we're gonna process these. We're gonna go to the kitchen. And supposedly they're great eating. Can't wait to try them. So we'll see you there. Now it's time to process our cockles. What we did is let them sit overnight in salt water that we collected at the shore when we were digging for these. But look at that. I mean, I'm just enthralled with these beautiful cockles. They're just so beautiful as far as a seashell. Never seen anything like it as far as a clam. So, hey, let's get cooking. First, we're gonna have to process the meat because we're making a linguine and white clam sauce, and that's gonna be out of this world, I can tell already. But first, we're gonna steam these and process the meat out so we're ready for the next step of the recipe. So, I'm just putting them on the stove. I'm gonna steam them, so I'm just gonna put a little water in there. I'll definitely do it. And we're gonna put it on high, cover it, help the process. It's gonna be awesome. Allison and I are pretty excited to try these bad boys. It was a lot of fun to collect them, and now the best part is to eat them. So stay tuned. They're slowly steaming. As they are done, I just take them out. That's what they look like. Just like that. That's their foot that comes out. When they open, they're ready. So let's see. Should be a few more. Oh yeah, look at that. That's perfect. Look at that. Well, this one just popped in front of our eyes right there. So these are ready. Take this off. Definitely don't want to overcook clams. That's just anything really seafood. You never want to overcook. These we're gonna put under water quick just to cool them off. Because you definitely don't want them overcooked. Shame. Because then they can get a little rubbery. Give them a little cold water bath. Look at that. Just like that. We're ready to go to the next step. Now it's time to process the meat out of the cockle. Let me show you how much meat there is on there. There's quite a bit. Because these were really big cockles. This is the foot right here. That's what they use to move. So it's mainly meat. I'll show you in a minute. And then you have two sets of adductor muscles. These white things right here. And then there's another set right there. And that's also meat. That's what they use to close their shells. Just like the scallop that you eat at a restaurant. Same thing. It's just a different mollusk. So what I'm gonna do is get the first set of adductor muscles that are right here. Just pull that right off. One. The other one is on the other side right here. So you got a little skirt. You can see that white spot right there, right here. I'm just gonna take it off like that. That's it, number two. And now, we're just gonna get the gut out. As you can see, some of it is coming out. The gut doesn't go all the way through. It stops right here. So you can use a little knife, cut right through, all the way to here. Careful not to cut yourself. Then on the inside, you got gut material just like that. So that's where the spoon comes in handy. You just scrape it off, just like that. One side, other side, just like that. We're gonna rinse it. Now we're gonna rinse the little adductor muscles, scallop-like. That's what we're left with. That's quite a bit of meat from just one cockle. These were huge, so we're really lucky. Now we're just gonna keep doing it over and over again.
Made it back from Oregon. We're so excited to cook up our catch. The main ingredient of today's dish is our cockle clams. We have my sister visiting from Arizona. She came to pick up a couple kittens to bring back to deliver, one to my mom and one to a friend of hers. That's one little girl, and there's a really cute little boy too. So she's just here, flew in yesterday, leaving tomorrow. She got here just in time to have one of her favorite dishes, linguine and white clam sauce. We're happy to be able to share it with her. So we're gonna get started cooking. I just wanna go over the ingredients. Of course, you need some clams. If you weren't lucky enough to be able to be somewhere to catch your own, you can substitute for a can of minced or chopped clams. We have these delicious ones. Got some lemon, some garlic, some shallots, a beautiful bunch of parsley. We have our clam juice and a Sauvignon Blanc white wine that we're gonna cook with and then maybe have some left over to enjoy with the meal. Our linguine. And picked up this beautiful rosemary olive oil round, which is gonna be phenomenal, ripping it apart and dipping it into that juice. So hey, let's get cooking. Big pile of garlic, 5 cloves, some chopped, some sliced. Smelling good already. So we have some of our cockle clams in a food processor. We're gonna chop them up into little pieces for our recipe. Look at that, that's perfect. Couple ingredients we missed in the beginning, 1/4 cup of olive oil. Half a cup of our white wine. Half a cup of clam juice. Amazing in here. Now look at this pile of clams. All 3 of our mouths are watering. Even the kitties' mouths are watering. They're like, what are you doing? That smells good. So we're gonna add the clams. Just kind of eyeballing the amount based on how much pasta we have. That's probably good right there.
Yeah.
And our clam juice. We have half a cup. Erica's cutting up the bread.
awesome. Wow, this looks amazing. Allison's got a little parsley, and we're gonna keep some for the garnish. A little more lemon. Boy, oh boy.
We reserved a little bit of water from cooking the pasta. We're gonna add just a little bit because that helps thicken it up. All this cooking has made the kittens very tired. They're conked out. How cute are these guys? Let's serve it up. Wow, huge chunks of clam, lemon juice and parsley, and just the perfect amount of seasoning. Look at how beautiful this looks. And guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna add a little bit more clam on top. Bit of parsley for garnish. And the guest of honor, my sister, gets the first plate. And I think she's ready. She's got a fork in hand.
Ready and waiting.
So while I serve up the rest, let's see what she thinks.
Sure looks good.
Fresh cockle clams straight from the shores of Oregon. It's really good. Your bread?
Perfect. My favorite food probably in the world.
Wow.
Never had clams this fresh, maybe ever. Delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try it. I'm having some more.
Wow. Yummy, yummy. Look at this. If that doesn't look amazing, I don't know what does. And white clam sauce, one of my favorite. So let's dig in. Man, that looks amazing. Big chunks of clam, fresh. Wow. Heavenly.
I'm ready to dig in. Wow is all I have to say. This is why we do what we do. This is why we go out in the great outdoors and gather our food, so we could bring home an ingredient this fresh, add it to a recipe this delicious, and it's gotta be a winner. And guess what? This is a winner. The clams have the most perfect flavor. Fresh clams aren't overly clammy. They just have a phenomenal flavor. The texture is great. That lemon on top with the garlic and the little bit of hot red pepper with bread on the side. Happy camper.
Better than my favorite Italian restaurant.
Wow.
Hands down.
Whoa.
So we're from New Jersey, and I gotta say there's some really phenomenal Italian restaurants in North Jersey. So for her to say that,
That's a real compliment.
yeah, this is 5-star.
I've never seen Allison so ravenous. She's eating like I've rarely seen her.
I love seafood.
Especially fresh. And when you catch it,
Look at the chunks.
always tastes better.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Hey, our pleasure.
I love coming to visit you guys.
You know you're gonna eat well.
We try hard. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe, and hope to catch you on our next one. Till then, we're out. Ow! They're going home. You little buggers.